Nomonde Daily Tuli, it is our last episode. I don't know about you guys, but I'm so sad.
It's a lot.
It is a lot, right? And to our Rise Young Women, thank you so much for sticking with us. Are you guys good today? Yeah. Great.
Well, Pindi, you know it's been such a great season. Like we promised to slay, and like we came through.
We did, hey? But it's been a lot of work. I mean, there's been a lot of stuff that's happened throughout the season. We've laughed, cried, and shared so much with you at home. Thank you for being with us through this time. Our last episode is about our lives with men. We've spoken a lot on relationships with men in the public transport safety, IPV, deal breakers episodes, as well as others. I think this is a great way to end the season. So we have brothers, fathers, uncles, just men that we relate to on a daily basis.
Yes.
And I want to know, how do you ladies see yourself in relation to men?
You know, Pindi, when I think about that, I think about how Nike the wiki thing, right? And as ngwanyana, there's particular messages that you're taught from a young age about because ladies are girls and we must be like this, right? And it's exhausting because sometimes you're because you want to just sit like that.
Oh, I mean, again, feminist,
Okay.
but
that's not always
yes.
realistic because in different spaces we conduct ourselves in different ways.
no, when a girl.
Okay,
Yes.
when you speak about how do we see ourselves in relation to men, I think about a scripture from Proverbs 31, and how ikhuluma ngokuthi, what it is to be a virtuous woman, and I constantly feel like I fall short of that, so I'm constantly working to someone else. And then when I think of indoda in relation to that, I think if I have to be confident, if I have to be nurturing, and if I have to give, you also need to give. How come I have to be something? What is the expectation of indoda to be that person kimina, So sikhulume namadoda amani ngokuthi kuchaza kahle kahle ukuthini ukuba indoda eMzantsi Afrika nokuthi yiziphi iziphakamisa abanazo on how men can actually come to the party concerning nokuphepha kwabantu abesifazane. So let's take a look.
Personally, I think the whole notion of masculinity has been blown out of proportion. It's actually misunderstood because a lot of people, a lot of young men, even older men, think that masculinity all has to do with dominance, aggression, to the point where when they look at women, we look at them as weaker vessels.
The idea of men is almost kind of tainted. Women don't feel safe around men. And we as men don't know how to rectify it.
To be a man means, I understand, I support, I love, I get angry, I'm able to come back from that anger and not hurt the next person. And I'm able to express failure and be okay with it.
It has to do with being accountable to myself, fellow human beings, but also looking at life with greater responsibility, that I'm supposed to contribute something towards society, not only just take from it.
I've learned the benefits of talking and not just superficial, how are you doing, I'm okay talking, but really talking about your feelings. But I feel like men don't speak to other men. Like if you're with your homies and your friends, are you talking about the score of the game or are you talking about what's really bugging you?
If I had to choose to be a woman at this moment in South Africa, I would say no, because women are not safe.
They always have to be proving their worth.
I wouldn't choose to be a woman in South Africa today. You look at the things that women are going through. You read the newspapers, you go on social media, the images, the suffering, the pain that they're going through. Beyond that, there's this fear of something could happen to me.
I think bafethu kwanele ukukhuluma ukwenza ama dialogues ukwenza yonke lento esiyenzayo. I think for me now the only thing that is there ukuthi asishayane njengamadoda because sinamandla amaningi.
No. That's being a coward. Violence doesn't solve anything.
But what solves the problem? Because the problem is persisting. Abantu besifazane bayabulawa, bayarejwa, bayenzwa ubani.
Mshengu mina ngicabanga ukuthi sikhathi manje ukuthi amadoda akhulume. Nakhona futhi nombuso wethu so challenge to say you know what, we are a problem as men. Uma manje singaqala kuba nama forums, sihlale phansi njengoba sihleli njengamadoda sibonisane ngendlela eright ukuthi inkinga eso ephethe wena Mshengu kumele ngiyiresolve kanjani ngoba ungenzeka ukuthi inkinga ephethe wena nami ingiphethe. So uma sikhona kuhlala kuma forums sibonisane siyakhona ukuthi kuza nesisombululo because thina as men sifela ngaphakathi.
That I agree with.
Hi, this insert. So many things to say. I mean, the one point that I heard and that really stood out for me was how one of the gentlemen was like, no, I don't want to be a woman.
Yeah.
Yes, like it's, yes,
But
because
Silva,
it's so true.
Silva then says, okay, guys must shayane.
Yeah,
as if
no,
like
as if that's
Shayana is going to
deal
solve
with
the
the
problem.
problem.
We're here because amadota
Ayashayana.
in the
Yes,
first
and then-
place.
So after watching that insert, I can't help but wonder if we as women have contributed to the way that men treat us.
Pendi, I don't like umbuzo wakho.
Yeah.
Okay,
Why?
because if undoda ibheka mina as weaker, what could I be possibly doing to contribute to
But
the
Teli,
behavior
that
towards
wasn't my
these
question.
men,
My question
Teli.
is, men don't grow up just in like male communities. They grow up with mothers, with aunties, with sisters.
Yeah.
And the way that we treat them, the way that we interact with them comes out. But we have to take some sort of responsibility
think
to
so.
say we had a part in this, in you becoming the person you are. The same way a man had a part in the way you are today.
So but mina le ndaba for mina le question le for mina serious kakhulu and esikhathini esiningi iyenza ukuthi isimislead as indoda nomuntu wesifazane. For instance, uma uphuma emshadweni umama wakho uzokubuza ukuthi uphumele nemshadweni. Mawutshela umama wakho ukuthi okay mama ngiphume emshadweni because le ndoda le bengishaya.
Yeah.
Yazothi umama wakho, "Mama bekakushaya ungazuphuma emshadweni." So into econtributayo with the fact that sabayeka sabavumela ukuthi okay.
Because boys will be boys, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but this is the
Like in
problem
my
though.
marriage now, and with my fiance, there's certain things that I don't let my husband do, and there's a problem with that. And I'm starting to rethink that because that's the reason why men feel entitled. That's the reason why men go out into the world and feel like they owed something because that's how we treat them.
The fact ukuthi kusasenalento le ukuthi intombazana kumele ihlale kanje yizo lezi zinto ezisdivide even worse. If bekuba yinto ukuthi acceptane ukuthi umfana intombazana and at the end of the day singabantu si different khona into ozoyithanda khona into engeke uyithanda. Ngibona ngathi le mpi yethu phathwa amadoda nabafazi akusinto ezophela manje.
Definitely
So
not.
lapha emakhaya sitsheleni ukuthi nina amadoda aniphetha kanjani empilweni zenu. Ningakhohlwa ukusithinta epage lethu elithi #RiseTalkShow ningayindawo.
Now there's an interesting trend of which Vura do you drive? Because if you drive a Vurpa, then you can get any girl that you want.
Sanamukela futhi ku-Rise. Namhlanje umbuzo wethu sinibuza ukuthi niyawathemba yini amadoda asempilweni zenu. Asizweni ukuthi nitheni. Sino Meketsi Matete ati I trust some but others you will see they can't be trusted via their looks, talking and action, so it depends. Ulindiwe yena ati no. My father left me, was raped by some and others just decided to break my heart. Into esiphuma kuyo. Yeah. Lucy ati not really. My stepfather abused me physically the past years. Hayi amadoda lanka shuthi into ekhona.
Kunzima.
So sibonge kakhulu ngama comment wenu. Bengicela samukele i-guest yethu Anele Siswane ngezandla esifudumele.
Dumela Anele unjani?
Phela njani kwasisi?
Hayi ndiphilile khona.
Phela nawe.
Anele Ratibori, you are a researcher, happy you're a clinical psychologist, happy in the area of male masculinity. So kupa o re hlalosetse hantse yini ubudoda?
Ubudoda, it's a very complicated thing because there are many definitions. Other people can allocate it to say being a man is about genitalia, this muscle that doesn't have a bone. Others can say manhood is about a lifestyle that is involving a particular kind of attitude. So for me, manhood is about the behavior, it's about how you conduct yourself, and it's about the way of how you interact with everyone around you. So it's not just about the genetics and about this, what we know of what defines and differentiates a man to a woman.
And what are just some of the things that influence our ideas ka ubudoda?
For me, it's about culture, because every culture or context has got a different way of breeding people or breeding young boys into becoming men. At the same time, society and media. And we get the influence from families, because that's when a boy gets to be cultivated that as a boy, you'll be playing with guns, you'll be playing with these kind of things. So socialization from families and home plays a very significant factor in how we define and understand what is a boy or a man.
Nje esangicaka nje namanje angazi nokuthi ngathini, angaze ngibone baba amakhala, angaze ngibone ubhuda amakhala nobaba umncane amsonyazi ubuza ukuthi the day bakhala like kumele ngiba approach kanjani.
KwaXhosa kuthiwa indoda ayikhali. And it's very interesting because that notion sets the understanding that men are not vulnerable. So that men are not vulnerable, it limits men from expressing the emotionality and being human. So if your uncle cries in front of you, it will be any kind of dealing with your friend. So your uncle or your brother or whoever crying in front of you, that could also be a moment for you to show them that you care and you can participate in making sure that they get well in whatever that they're going through.
You know, phakathi kwethu sesikhulumile sathi ukuthi siyawasaba amadoda esinabo abasempilweni yethu nje generally. Kodwa uma ukuthi siyasho ukuthi siyasaba, it's as if amadoda walaleli, you know. So mina kahle kahle ngifuna ukubuza ukuthi isisusa sodweshu yisiphi? Yindaba, you know, lento yenzeka.
Men are socialized in a particular way. There are certain what I will call social norms that are prescribed that men should be doing this. So women are always told to be inferior to men. And these things are influenced through the Bible. And the influence in our families that as a girl you should always treat a man in a particular way. Society also influences women to treat men in a particular way. So the cause of the problem starts from these social norms that have been normalized, that even women themselves don't challenge them. They consider them as normal because they've been raised not to question a man. Questioning a man is seen as a matter of you being disrespectful. But women at the same time are not being empowered enough to actually how to go about challenging a man in a way that is empathic, but at the same time expressing your opinion. So all of those problems start from families not doing a good job in raising girls to be independent, both intellectually and emotionally, and society reinforcing the agenda that women are at the backdrop of men.
All right, Anele. So, you know, how we bua ka taba ya masculinity le banna in our lives. Re bua ka the fact ya hore le banna le bona santse ba etse mosebetsi, right? Because it can't just come from our side. So, lona as banna, wena le ditšhomo tsa hao ha le together, le bua ka eng hantle when it comes to this issue? Ha le plomme nje ka Saturday umnati, you know, la flick.
What I've often found about men when they are together, it's always about, now there's an interesting trend of which Vura do you drive.
Really?
So the Vurpa that you drive defines and sets you in a position of a particular kind of status. Because if you drive a Vurpa that is socially acceptable, then you can get any girl that you want. Secondly, the kind of girl that you have, if she's a yellow bone and you come to a place where it's full of men, it boosts your ego because I have, you know,
Yellow bone.
If it's a
What's
girl,
this fascination with my yellow bone? I just don't get it.
it's a social construct. Anything that is of brightness is appealing. Whereas there are dark
We have a
bones.
lot of work to do. Brightness. Hi guys, you need to free your minds, hey?
And so our conversation revolve around about proving a point that my masculinity is in relation to what I have and what I do, and how good am I in bed.
So Anele sinombuzo from gu Tiamo gu khona la ku Rise Women. Uthi lombuzo lo ufuna ukwazi ukuthi kungani abafana babalekela irresponsibility yokuba bobaba.
Ingxaki le ngoba mawungayazi ukuthi where can I look for an example, you will do the same mistake over and over and over. Sikhulele kasi and the kasi it's normal. Mjita bethe avaye nangathatha responsibility because it's normalized. And so we don't have people that we can look up to because we've grown up to situations of absent fathers, particularly in black families where we make it normal to say that if the father is not there, oh, me again.
Hi, ke Anele ra leboha for nako ya hao. You know, re bontshitse hore it's masculinity. Yeah, sokodisa because in as much as it's harmful to women, it's also very harmful to Luna as men as well.
It is.
You know, so ra leboha mar for nako ya hao.
Thanks to you as well. Hopefully that we will find other possible ways that we can think about how we challenge the dominant ways of raising young boys and men into becoming more responsible. And I believe through practices such as what I've been engaged in on Ulwaluko, Wakhosa, that is the transition of young boys into becoming men, is a very useful practice that we can draw from. And I believe that there are many others in Lesotho, Tswana people that we can use as a form of constructing a positive masculinity, which I believe that we can do that. And thanks for being a good pleasure. Thank you so much.
Ka mora wa papatso re tla be re bua le oswa rona o moholo Malebo Sephodi ka topic ya today. O seke wa ya hole.
So ke utlwile ba gona le burning question.
Mo tseleng ho ne le banna ba ile gore mboshe. Ho sa ba fe attention ya hao. Ba thomba go roha ka why can't men accept rejection?
How are you? Oh, Batong, you know, I am so sad that it's the last episode. I've had so much fun. Today's topic, men and masculinities, you know, all the things you've been saying, reminds me of a story my friend told me about her son. So she raises her son in a way that akuna gender. Mshimane akuna ntsha mshimane ya ngwanyana. And one thing what I thought like di lipstick, ka di koloi, you know, ka di high heels, and go crutch, ba send a note. Hore, there's a problem ngwana ha o tla ka di lipstick. And then she asked them, hore, if ne le ngwanyana ne le tlo mpotsa that thing. So it just shows on most society ho na le di problems tsena tsa di gender roles. But anyway, nna ke excited ho utlwa hore le bua ka eng le nahanang ka taba ena ya men and masculinities. So ke utlwile ba gona le burning question.
Nna potso ya ka ke gore you find hore in most cases ntate ke motho mo shapo to ngwana gae, but then is a bad husband to the mother or to his wife. How do you deal with that as a person? And are you affected as growing up when in the future?
Most of the time, bontate can be very good to their daughters, but not to their wives. And I think that is because of blood is thicker than water. I think that good. Go back to family high because when al papa how family mama how papa how blood is thicker than water more. If you are not treating mama how good, there's something wrong there. That means and like when as daughter you can talk to your father and ask him, why is it that you're nice to me but not nice to my mother? So a lot of times we excuse men because they are good to their children but they are still horrible to their partners. So I think yona is a area hore because the family, you know, but treat betere, but there's still an element of it's the problem in society society every day.
Mo tseleng ho ne le banna ba ile gore mboshela. And then like ho sa ba fe attention ya hao ba thomba go roha ka go bitsa ka mabitso. So ka iputsisa nna gore why can't men accept rejection?
Hey, re utlwile taba e ba e bua, you know, re utlwile guest ya rona le di insert hore the way banna ba godisitsweng ka teng go na le ntho e ba boditsweng o nkare go na le the way ba godiswang ka teng hore ba owna basadi like rona re ikouni. So if o tsama, that's why ana le entitlement ntho ba bitsang hore ke entitlement hore ha o tsama kwala ka o sogela fela are hasis ha wena o sa respond because ba butsiwe hore ba owna. If wena o sa respond that way o feel hore botho ba hae bo feel threatened. That's why I end up a responder that way. That's why it's important dilo tsena ba di bua today hore re sheba jwang taba ena ya ha re godisa bana keng e re botsang batho hore tshwantse gole ka mokgo o jwang because ha o gola ka mokgo ya hore wena ha o le monna o ka bua the way o batlo bua le teng ka mosadi ke problem e re bonang mo society. That's why ba actor that way.
Yes, Malebo ngiyacabanga ukuthi kuko konke ekade sikhuluma ngakho namhlanje yini imbono yakho yokugcina nje onayo ngalokho sikhuluma ngakho?
I mean, for the whole season, nentse re bua ka taba tsa men, you know, masculinities throughout, and then the message enentse tswa kaofela ke hore banna ke bona no tshwantse banke, you know, the steps tsa go dila ka di issues tse dealing mo society. Ke utlwile mo inserting bare it's time to stop talking, it's time to act. But I don't think that banna ba startile ho bua. You know, ha banna ba kopana ba bua ka ditaba tsena ntho e ba concernang ka yona ke hore not in my name or le banna ba bad rona re good, and I think it's just gore bona ba cover mabitso a bona. It's not really that they're concerned about the issues that we see in society. So now the challenge for banna ke gore they must start talking properly gore ba godisitswe jwang ba bua jwang le bana ba bona ba setsana le bana bona ba bashimane, and how do they you know, behave habali alone, the type of things they say to women. So I think one overarching message out of everything ke hore banna tshwantse banke accountability, banke responsibility for the actions tsena tse tsagalang mo society, and ke bona tshwantse ya no banke di steps hore re change society.
Oh, ladies, ukugcina
kokugcina engakusho ukuthi thina singamantombazana sekenu ukugqekana singamantombazana ngoba sibonile ukuthi inkinga sinazo and vele asizithekile ngendlela efanayo, but ekusala inkinga zonke zamantombazana ziyafana.
Definitely. You know, the season has been an incredible journey for me because I always rejected the idea of being an activist, and I was for such a long time, and I stopped. And now I want to get back to it because I see that women are important, and our voices need to be heard. We can't leave it to other people. So I'm really excited about what's to come, even after the show. You know.
Malebo, thank you so much for being with us on this entire season. You have carried us, and Elwena, we have learned a lot from you. But most importantly, guys, you are the MVPs of this show. So really, you know, luna koma haeng re le tshepisitse hore re tlo bua ka ditaba tse re affectang rona as basadi because kaofela rona re di rise young women. Re bule ka ditaba tse tshwanang di parenting, mental health, di deal breakers and deal makers. Ra tshepa hore nako le re shebile on the show le thutile dintho tse ntjha le hore you were entertained. Season yona e fedile mara mshito tswela pele. Hopolang ho bua le rona mo Facebook le mo Twitter ka le berekise #RiseTalkShow. Hopolang hore ra le rata, hopolang to rise.
Woof, woof.